Alright guys, got a love story. I just picked it out randomly. It probably is gonna suck. Let's get into it. A simple love story. Every day of their lives was simple. It started out simple too. T-O, not T-O-O. Until they met each other. But she never noticed him, but he always noticed her. That's original. He would always think to himself, nobody sees what the fuck is their comment sees what I see when I see her. When he noticed the way she'd play with her bracelet, the way she flung her hair back, the simple phrases she'd say a lot. Yet she never noticed him. Original. He gave up. He gave up staring at her, creepy. He even requested to leave the classes he had worked so hard to get into just to be with her. That's kind of stalkerish. Worry about the distance, I'm right there if you get lonely. Oh, my bad. When he left the classes, everybody noticed except for her. A bitch. The day she noticed him was the day he wasn't even trying to be noticed. It was a normal Monday morning, one of those mornings where you still try to figure out if you're actually at school. You're supposed to be 2 L's in actually, by the way. He's there. Huh? He's there? Oh, I got enough fucking... I'm doing so good. While we're at it, the C's need, like, S-E-E-S, have an apostrophe. Who? S-E-E-S, like C's. No apostrophe.
Alright, let's go through all the slides.
Oh, now that would kind of defeat the point of, like, a reaction, though.
Oh, yeah. But on this one, you're with the E apostrophe between the U and the R, by the way.
Oh, thanks for pointing that out. There you go.
Alright, restart.
Okay, guys, it's a love story, just reaction. Let's get into it. I'm sounding kind of rushed. This is like my 4th time trying to record this video. Don't worry, it's still a reaction. I haven't gotten past, like, what, 6 slides, so whatever. Every day of their lives was simple. It started out simple too. Until they met each other. She never noticed him, but he always noticed her. Why the fuck is there 3 dots between he and always? He would always think to himself, again, ... Nobody sees with an apostrophe for some reason what I see in her. He noticed the way she'd play with her bracelet, the way she flung her hair back, the simple phrase she'd say a lot. Phrases, my bad. Okay. Yet she never noticed him. I'm sure everybody can relate to this one. That was sarcasm in case you couldn't tell. He gave up staring at her. He even requested to leave the classes he'd worked so hard to get into just to be with her. That's kind of borderline from having a crush to stalking. Think about it. When he left her classes, everybody noticed except for her. The day she noticed him was the day he wasn't even trying to be noticed. It was a normal Monday morning, one of those mornings where you're spelled as in your, like yours. No, it's supposed to be Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. This is written by a 4-year-old, it wasn't it. Still trying to figure out that you're actually with 1 L instead of 2 at school. ... Oh, that's hilarious. She'd ask her teacher, "Can I go to my locker too? Get my notebook?" Miss Levick allowed her. Yeah, that's realistic. She should let you go to your locker instead of just saying light unprepared. Yeah, teacher's that nice. Not really. No. She was walking down the hallway in a daze, and she didn't see the floor is wet sign. Isn't it wet floor? Not floor. What the fuck came up with floor is wet? Caution, wet floor. Why? Why did you put a picture in there? We know what my floor sign looks like. Why is there a picture? We know what it looks like. She slips on the floor, getting water and soap on her hands. No, she did not break a fingernail. Thank you for telling us that. Just like that, saying if it was meant to be, then it will be. Quotes, why is there quotations? I wouldn't say him being there was a coincidence. Oh, I wouldn't say being him. Alright, I got it. My bad. The story's too fucking close together. Space it the fuck out. Space it the fuck out so I can read it. Damn. I think it was just meant to be. She looked down at her hands, but then he came over grabbing her hand. Okay. Eyes looked onto his hand. Now he grasped her, and her eyes traveled to his wrist, arm, shoulder, finally meeting his eyes. Okay. Thank you for going into a whole paragraph, not paragraph, but slide of detail with that. I think we know the helping somebody up process. Thank you very much. She finally noticed him, and again, thank you for making that its own slide. She noticed him again. Thank you for repeating yourself. On the day where he stopped trying and started being himself. There you go. Have you ever heard people say, be yourself? So he stopped being himself, so therefore he was... Never mind. He helped her up to her feet. Since that day, nothing was the same again. ... She started to daydream, stare out into space, and hope he'd feel the same way, but all he did was help her up! That doesn't mean he fucking likes you. I mean, he does. All he did was help you up. That does not mean he likes you. It's a natural human response to help someone up after slipping. I mean, unless you're like Hitler or something, but still. Every day she thought of new ways to get his attention. She hoped that if she dropped her bracelet on the floor, he'd pick it up. And this, my friend, is how female stalkers are born. Guys, we're only a minute and 44 seconds in. She hoped, that there would be another wet floor sign. Another wet sign. What the fuck's a wet sign on the floor? But there never was one. ... Again, thank you for showing the picture of the wet floor sign. Her stares were never returned, but what she didn't know was that every time she walked by him in the hallway, which she did on purpose, he'd smell her perfume. Wow, kind of creepy. Then when she went completely by him, he'd turn around just to stare at her. It was an almost Friday, except it was after a long week of finals. Let's with the ongoing theme of crappy love stories and finals. It was the last day of 10th grade. This bullshit happened in 10th grade. 10th grade! What the f... God, this pisses me off. The last day of school doesn't sound like a normal Friday. But it was to her because she'd trade her summer vacation just to be noticed. That's pretty needy. A normal Friday, a normal day where nothing happened between them. ... The boy thought ... 3 months of summer vacation without seeing her. This will be the 4th summer vacation without her. Wow. You've been stuck in this 4 years? Are you serious? Whoa. That is too much. I'm sorry. Whew. When everyone had left school, she was alone at her lockers. ... A note ... said, A note, dot dot dot. It said, dot dot dot. Can I be your friend? She thought. Friend? Friend! Months went by. They became boyfriend and girlfriend. How? One day she asked. Isn't the point of a fucking love story to show how they become together and not just say they did? Oh, that's so... Months went by and they became... Oh yeah, sorry, I already read that. That note you gave me. Why didn't you just ask me out? I don't know, story. Why did you fucking tell us? Because if I asked you out, I could be rejected and end up in no relationship with you at all. Okay, fair enough. But isn't writing a note basically the equivalent? It's because you are a pussy and have no balls. I could just live with friendship the rest of my life and hope maybe it could be more than just friendship. Okay, so she smiled and said, so being a friend was a win-win deal. And he said, dot dot dot, it was always a win-win when I met you. Dot. 1 year went by, dot dot dot, the best times of their lives, dot dot dot. It was a normal Tuesday afternoon, and like normally, he waited for her at her locker. Well, everybody had left school. Dot dot dot. She said, "Why are you waiting for me?" She tried to look annoyed, but dot dot dot. But he knew better. Dot dot dot. He said, "What's wrong? I always wait for you." She said, dot dot dot. I think we need a break. Oh, I cannot talk today. She picked up her books, walking, or should I say running down the hall, dot dot dot. She made sure he didn't see her face as she ran. Tears were flowing down as she ran, dot dot dot. 2 more minutes, guys. We can do it. He stood there at her locker and dazed. God, I can't talk. For I have no idea how long, dot dot dot. He just stood there motionless. Oh man, I cannot talk today. I'm serious. The next day at school, all he could do was blame himself. And if you know what it's like to lose someone, dot dot dot. I mean, lose someone as in they croaked. No, all she said was we need a break. He didn't lose anybody. Then you'd know what it's like, how it felt to him. Dot dot dot. If his wife died, then that'll be a lot more serious, but I could actually imagine this to be offensive to people who actually have lost loved ones. Because they're acting as if she died. All she said was we need a break and ran down the hall. He decided that he had a right to know what he did wrong, so he passed her a note in class, dot dot dot. He got a note back and it said, because I'm scared I'm falling in love with you, dot dot dot. And she wrote, dot dot dot. I've been in love with you for 5 years. Holy plot twist. And she wrote, exactly the longer we are together, the more it's going to hurt. There's supposed to be an apostrophe in C, by the way. He wrote back one last time. It doesn't have to hurt if I'm with you for the rest of my life. This is 11th grade, people. 11th grade. Again, he met her at the end of the day at her locker, and he said, I will always love you. Just let me love you. And she said, oh, sorry. We are so young, which is what I'm trying to say. should have more experiences with other people. ...